It is a myth that has plagued me for the entirety of my idol career. Hey there folks, it's Martha. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot second since I did any videos in this series, but if you remember them, go ahead and drop a little sparkle emoji down in the comments. If you watched those videos back when I originally made them on the Overseas Idol Connection, I can't remember. It's been a while, but I've been getting a lot of comments lately on my Instagram and on Discord about starting up this series again because people had wished I had continued. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. Tell y'all a few more things, a few more quick tips on, being a better idol. And today we are talking about singing, which is my specialty. That's kind of my forte. I do have a degree in music business. My emphasis was voice. So if you need some credentials, boom, there they are. So I have today 3 singing myths that are some bullshit, or at least that's the working title of this video. We're gonna see what it actually is, but 3 singing myths that I think are some bullshit. So let's go ahead and start with myth number 1. Louder is better. The short answer, no! Louder is not better. I have been seeing a lot of comments on idol forums or on YouTube comments or anything. You need to sing louder. You need more power. You need to push more. No, pushing is the exact opposite of what you want to be doing when you're singing, because that can cause a lot of vocal damage. That can cause damage to your vocal folds and all these sorts of internal muscles that you have in here. And I won't go into the details because that is a huge anatomy lesson. But singing does use muscles. You just cannot, touch them with your fingers. They're all internal. But like athletes, singers can develop injuries with overuse or straining, and pushing and trying to be as loud as you can is going to cause such injuries. Now, what I and a lot of my vocal teachers have told me, and what I tell to my students, is you never need to use more than 95% of your voice at any time, ever. Period. End of sentence. The max, at a big climax, should be about 95%, but always save just a little bit, just so you're not over here blowing a gasket or melting people's faces off. And your volume levels, whenever you're performing and singing, should vary. You shouldn't be just loud throughout the whole song. Look at your lyrics. Look and see, what are you singing? What are the lyrics talking about? Even if it's in a language you don't speak fluently. In the idol community, I'm assuming mostly it's going to be Japanese or Korean. But look at the translation of your lyrics. What are you talking about? How does the story evolve through your lyrics? And then use those to figure out what your dynamics should be. And if we need to talk a little bit more about dynamics and the specifics of those, let me know in the comments below, because there are musical terms which you can write on your lyrics, like piano, mezzo piano, forte, mezzo forte, on your lyrics, just to give yourself a visual reminder of the different volume levels. So, is louder always better? No. For the safety of your voice and for better storytelling, no, it is not. Myth number 2, and this is one that so many teachers will tell their students, and it drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely insane. And that myth is that you sing from your diaphragm. Again, short answer, no, you don't. There's actually a musical. It's a one-woman musical about Janis Joplin. And there was a reporter that said, "Janis, do you sing from your diaphragm?" And she looks at him and she goes, "I sing from my mouth." And I'm like, yes, Janis. No, but yes. So basically, your diaphragm, I'll insert a little picture over here. Your diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that sits underneath your lungs, but over the other organs in this cavity of the body here. So you breathe with your lungs. Your lungs are the things that intake air. When you breathe in, your lungs will expand, and so your diaphragm below it basically moves all of the other organs out of the way, pushes them down a little bit. Hey, everybody move! The lungs need more room here. They're taking in air. That is the function of your diaphragm, because the diaphragm goes from a dome and it collapses. I'll put a little image here, but the diaphragm changes shape when your lungs expand and contract. When you take in air, when you use up air, the diaphragm moves. You cannot physically, I can physically control what my hands are doing right now. I think, hey, I'm gonna move my hands, and they're gonna move. You can't do that with your diaphragm. What? You're gonna think and move your diaphragm? No. What you're gonna be doing is taking in a nice big breath, and that diaphragm is gonna move. What most teachers mean when they say sing from your diaphragm or breathe with your diaphragm is they want you to breathe low. I even had a voice coach who told me to breathe through your butt. And as ridiculous as that may sound, when people get nervous, they tend to breathe higher and higher and higher, and it makes singing harder and harder. So breathe low, but you do not breathe with your diaphragm. And singing myth number 3. This is for the idol community specifically, and it is a myth that has plagued me for the entirety of my idol career. And that is that to be an idol, you have to have a cutesy, nasally, high-pitched voice. Short answer, no. Listen to my voice. This is not a high-pitched, cutesy voice, and that is actually a fairly recent phenomenon within the idol community, because if you look back on idols in the 70s, especially, like Pink Lady, for example, those ladies had some deep voices. They were husky. Akina Nakamori from the 80s, she was hugely popular, and she had a deeper voice. There are idols with a wide variety of voice types that exist, but the stereotype has become this nasal, high-pitched, super cutesy type of voice because a lot of songwriters will write for that voice type. But that does not mean you have to adhere to that stereotype. You can find a plethora of examples of idols, besides the ones that I mentioned, who have husky voices, warm voices, dark voices. There are a variety of vocal colors in the idol community, and just because your voice doesn't fit the stereotype does not mean that you aren't fit to be an idol or you aren't fit to sing, I promise. And here's a little extra tip, is that singing is a skill. You are not innately born able to sing or unable to sing. Sure, there are people who have a natural talent and they might have it a little easier, but like any skill, singing can be learned. And I actually do have a few spots left open in my voice studio should you want to improve your voice. I am a voice coach for idols specifically, and my specialty is working with overseas idols. I already have a few great students in my studio who have made their own music and done the thing. I would love to support some more idols on their journey with singing, because I love to see more singers within the community and not just dancers. So if you are interested in taking voice lessons or have any questions, go ahead, send me a DM on Instagram, or you can join my Discord server, the link to which is down below. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my patrons on Patreon for making videos like this possible. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are the shit. And if you would like to join their number and get some extra gravy with your content, the link to that is in the description box below, as well as the links to all of my social media and the link to sign up for my email list. I hope you enjoyed this third episode of So You Wanna Be an Idol, and leave a comment. Let me know what other topics you'd like to see me discuss. let me know your questions or concerns, and I will address them as best I can. So, thank you so much for watching. I am so glad that you spent some time with me today. If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up and hit that red button down below to subscribe for more idle content, and hit the notification bell so you will know first when I upload a new video. Thanks again, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!